Hi, welcome back to golf coaching. So today we'll be covering a fundamental aspect of the game, really important for beginners as well as those who've already progressed on the path to the perfect swing. I'm talking about the grip, and like I said, it is a fundamental. Today I'm going to cover the types of grip there are, the techniques of how to develop that grip. We'll start with the left hand, then go on to what your right hand does, and then what both hands and the wrists are doing together as you make that grip. Thereafter, I'll cover the common mistakes that people commit in making this grip and cover a few final points. And finally, I'm going to answer that paradox which plagues most golfers when they begin this journey. And that paradox is, do I hold the club too tight or too light? If I hold it too tight, I'm not able to do the swing. And if I hold it too light, how will I maintain the position of the club so that the club doesn't rotate in my hand? I'll be answering this question, but as soon as we cover the fundamentals of the golf grip. So here we are. I'm going to start with the types of grip that you can make. Before that, a small reminder that the grip is really important because it is the actual connection between everything that your mind and body want to do and the golf club. You can think of it as a holy bond which is going to take you places. So the types of grip. There are three types of grip that are commonly used. The first is the baseball grip, where both the fists are independent of each other and you hold the ball, as you hold the club as you would hold a baseball bat. It's called the baseball grip. The second is the interlocking grip, where the pinky of the lower hand sits inside the index finger of the upper hand and you make a grip in this fashion. So I say that again, the pinky of the lower hand gets into the index finger of the upper hand and you call this the interlocking grip. The overlap grip is one in which the pinky of the lower hand sits snug in the gap between the first two fingers of the upper hand and the rest of the grip follows thereon. My recommendation is that people who have medium to small hands, like most Asians do, should stick either with the overlap grip or the baseball grip. And particularly Indians, I would definitely recommend the overlap grip as your grip of choice. So now let's get down to forming our basic overlap grip. So I'm going to tell you what the left hand does, then the right hand and how they work together. So let's start with the left hand. I'm going to move in closer so you have a better view. So the left hand grip consists of the club passing from the middle of the index finger through the center of the blade of the opposite side of your palm in such a manner that you should be able to support this club only on the index finger and the lower part of your palm. In fact, you should be able to bump the club up in this manner. Once you've done this, simply curl the fingers of your left hand and drop your thumb on top. I say that again, center of index finger supported by the second pad of your palm, curl the fingers and put your thumb right on top in the center. That's your left hand grip. For your right hand grip, the key thing to remember is that the right hand grip is mainly in the fingers. Do not make the mistake of gripping the club in your palm. So it's mainly in the fingers. So having made your left hand grip, Now, grip the shaft of the club with the middle two fingers and allow the pinky to settle down in the gap between your index finger and the middle finger of your left hand. And thereafter, bring your thumb over in such a manner that the tip of the index finger and the thumb are touching each other. Okay, so the right hand grip is mainly in the fingers, with the shaft being gripped by these two fingers, the pinky sitting in the gap of the other hand, and the thumb and forefinger touching each other. So that's the right hand grip. When you see this grip made together in this manner, you will notice that in a correctly formed grip, the V-shape formed between the forefinger and the thumb of the right hand points to a position between your shoulder and your chin. I say again, this V shape points to a position between the shoulder and the chin. If the V shape is pointing outside your shoulder, your grip is termed too strong, and if it is pointing beyond your chin, it's termed too weak. So we are looking for a grip that's neither too strong nor too weak and looks like this. A quick word on the mistakes that are commonly committed in making these grips. So on the left hand, the most common mistake is that your grip is too shallow, which means that the grip is not below the pad, but walks out from the corner of your palm. In this case, you will not get the correct angle that you want between your palm and the club, and hence you will have a very flappy kind of swing. You don't want this motion on your hand, you want this motion, and this can only happen if you have a grip which is passing through all those points like I covered before. On the right hand, the most common mistake is that people grip the club too hard and the grip is mainly in the palm. So this is a mistake. Don't do this. You need to hold the grip only in your fingers. And here I must mention that when you make the grip, particularly on the right hand side, it will seem too weak. You will wonder, will I be able to play a shot with this? But mark my words, though it seems like a weak grip, this is the correct grip that you must inculcate as a habit, because it is this grip that will help you release through your shot. If you have too stiff a grip and it's all in your palm, you won't be able to release through the ball. So now you learned how to make a grip and you are doing it. And here are those few fine points that you must keep in mind after you make them as a cross check. First of all, make sure that you're holding the club easy. Do not tighten your forearms to a point where swinging becomes mechanical. I've already covered the part where the V shape is pointing between your chin and your shoulder. Another thing to keep in mind is once you've made the grip, the wrists must point respectively towards the target on one side and 180 degrees out on the other. Do not make a grip where the wrist is not pointing to target but pointing to say 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or worse. Now to answer the paradox, should I grip the club tight or should I hold it loose? If I hold it too tight, I can't make the swing. If I hold it too loose, will I be able to maintain the club face position through the swing? So the answer is this: you must hold it firm while holding it loose. And how do you do that? So you must have enough forearm strength. Mark my words, you must have enough forearm strength and enough strength in your fingers that even without applying too much pressure, you are able to hold it with enough firmness required to maintain contact through the shot. Have you got that? Now listen to it again, and I'm sure you'll understand what I mean. Thanks very much. Have a great grip, good swing, and happy golfing. Cheers.